Hi. Yes, it's becoming a culture now to have exams on a monthly basis for our students. So the last exams that they did, the February exam, this is 2022. Okay, the February exam that the 100 level and the 200 level student did. They were given questions on income and substitution effects. And we have covered these things in some videos, maybe 2-3 videos and what have you. But I wasn't satisfied with their responses because they were having problems generally interpreting and sketching the graphs. So that is why we are coming to treat this topic again, income and substitution effects. And then I'm looking at 3 different types of goods: normal goods, inferior goods, and Giffen goods. We've done all of these things before, as I said earlier, but this particular video is to teach you again how to plot the graphs of that show the income and substitution effects of normal goods, inferior goods, and Giffen goods when there is a price fall in one of the commodities. Right. So my name is Godwin. If you are watching our videos for the very first time, and I hope you enjoy this particular class. Okay. So first and foremost, what is the income and substitution effect? Now, the income effect is just talking about the change in the demand for two products from a change in real income. Right, the change in demand of two products from a change in real income. All of these things started from when we're talking about the budget lines, the indifference curves, and what have you. Okay, then what about the substitution effect? Substitution effect is just talking about the changes or the change in the demand for two products when there is a change in relative price. So I'm not going into in-depth explanation of this thing because there are things that we've done before. Alright, so that's why I'm just what I just want to focus on in this particular video is the diagram. I want you to get the diagram. I want you to understand the diagram. It's so simple, and that's why I'm so pained. Now, why is it that it's making students be losing their marks? Okay, now what are normal goods? Okay, you're already saying that, I know. So normal goods are goods that are normal, right? Okay. So normal goods are goods that you buy more of when you're richer and you buy less of when you're poorer. Okay, so that's just it. What are inferior goods? Inferior goods, that's just the reverse. Okay, the good that you buy more of when you're poorer and the good that you buy less of when you're richer. Okay, now what is a normal good to someone may be an inferior good to another person, so it is good to understand that's different. Alright, so there might be no absolute inferior good to like generally there might be no absolute inferior good, or maybe even normal goods. What's normal to you may not be normal to some other people. How about a Giffen good? A Giffen good is a good that you buy more of when the price is higher. Not that it's a luxury though. No, a Giffen it's not a luxury. It's fact. It's coming from a poverty mentality. Okay, when you become poorer, all right. Don't let me explain that way. When the price of the commodity is like a necessity to you. So when the price of the commodity goes up, you forego other things that you think are not as important as this particular good, and then consume more of it. And then when the price of it go down, a part of your income is then freed up to buy other things that you had always wanted to buy. So you buy less of the product when the price falls. So that is the extension of the Giffen good. Okay, so now I was sketching 3 graphs on the board, and the scenario that I'm using is when there is a price fall. So whenever you are sketching your whenever you're sketching the substitution and income effect, so what you have to take note of is that if nothing is said about the second group, then the second group is assumed to be a normal group. Okay, so here I'll be looking at a price fall of a particular product that is normal. Because on an indifference curve, I need to sketch 2 goods. So the assumption is that the other commodities as well are normal good. Now, when I'm treating the second case, which is that of an inferior good, the assumption as well will be that the other good is a normal good. The same thing for case 3, Giffen good. Okay, so let's get into business. So I have this. Like I said, it's something that is really, really simple to draw. But it's giving you headache, and I don't like it. Okay, so here I have the x1, and here I have the x2. So with X1 is what we are looking at here. There is a price fall. So when there is a price fall in good, when the price of good X1 falls, so what happens? The substitution effect is just the normal thing that happens ordinarily. Okay, a lower price of commodity X would mean that you are going to buy more of commodity X, alright, and then commodity X2, whose price has not changed at all ordinarily, it has now become more expensive now. I don't understand that. That shouldn't even be a problem by now though. Alright, so if substitution effect will tell you, substitution effect SE would say that since the price of X1 has fallen, okay, price has fallen, so you buy more of X1 and then you buy less of X2, which has become relatively expensive. So that's why we talk about relative prices. Okay, so now let's start from a point. So let's start from this point. I want you to understand this thing. You must understand this thing. Okay, so this is good X2, the first one, X2 1. This is good X1 1 0. So we have your initial, it's not so outwards. I think maybe I should just bring it here. Okay, so you have your original budget line. Even this is still too much. It's still too much. Or let's try to make do with it. Coming. Alright, and then your indifference code is here. So this is your first indifference code. IC1. This is your budget line. Let me call it BD. Okay, budget line BD. So this is point A. At point A, we are consuming this, and then we are consuming X11. Alright, so now that there is a price fall, okay, now that there is a price fall, right? So of commodity X1, more of commodity X1 will be consumed, and you'll be consuming less of commodity X2, whose price didn't change absolutely, but relatively now has become more expensive. Okay, so that is simply telling us that we'll be consuming more of X1. Look at point A. So more of X1 and less of X2. So more of X1. Remember that total utility is still going to be maintained, just that there's a reordering of the combination of the two goods. So more of X1 will bring you to this point. We are coming from point A. This is X1 here, right? So more of X1 is kind of bringing you outside. But remember that you'll be consuming less of X2. So X is coming down and X1 is what? Going up. So that's why you have this combination. You have this point now here. So this is the second X1, X1, 2, and then here. Okay. Alright, so here what we are going to do is we are going to draw another budget line that will be tangential to this indifference curve at this point. So when you sketch that, you'll be having something like this now. No? Something like this. Okay. Okay, so we have a new budget line, which is this BD1, BD2, BD2. Alright, so So this new budget line that we sketch is tangential to the old indifference curve. Now, A to point B now is showing the what? It's showing the substitution effect. So what we are doing, what we've just shown here, is the substitution effect of everything that has happened. So moving from this point to this point is the what? Substitution effect. So substitution effect is saying that we should buy more of commodity X1, and this is also a substitution effect saying that we should buy less of commodity X22, commodity S2. Substitution effect is telling us to buy less of this and to buy more of this. Alright, now how about the income effect? Now, a lower price, okay, when there is a lower price of X1, it simply means, with other things not changing, it simply means that the consumer has become wealthier. And the income effect will say that since these are not normal goods, like consumers should consume more of both goods, right? Okay, so if the consumer is consuming more of both goods, so what you are going to do is, this is point B, right? You are already here. You are already here. So you are going to look for a point that shows more and more of X1 and X2. Alright? Now if this were a price increase, now that would have been less and less. So you should understand these things. Alright, more and more of X1, more of X1, more of X2. Now if you want to look for more of X1, you kind of have to come outside. Here. You're already here. Have to come outside here. And also for more of X2. Now look at this is X2 here, right? This is point B, X2 here. So that's kind of come up. Are you getting it? Okay, so we might be around a point like this, which is showing more of, I'm talking about moving from point B. You're already at point B. Okay, this combination, you're no longer here. Substitution effect has taken here. So from here, you're trying to sketch out the income effect. Income effect is saying, okay, you consume more of both goods since the price of X1 has fallen, our consumer is wealthier, the two goods are normal goods, so when it's wealthier, it consumes more of both. So you come to a point like this. You are not supposed to cram this stuff, don't bother to cram it. Now, what you are going to do, okay, is you will now sketch another budget line. Now, that budget line is going to be parallel to the budget line that shows the substitution effect. Alright, you draw a new budget line, and the budget line will be parallel to the one that shows the what? The substitution effect. So we'll draw the budget line. That budget line will start from here. Are you getting it? Start from here. It will go down towards that axis, but it has to be parallel to this new budget line. So how do we sketch that? So you just come. It has to be parallel. I wish what I was using for a ruler were longer than this, but it's not. I just have to manage it. So this stuff is simple. I'm hungry, and you're not getting it. Or you didn't get it before now. Is it parallel? Let's manage it. On and on and on and on. Something like that. Okay, so our point C now actually happens to be here. Okay, something like this. Okay, this point, you have more of, depends on how it is being drawn. This is your new indifference curve, IC2, and this is your point C. Now at point C, if you trace it out, it's a little more than okay, so this was x21, you have x23, so which is just small. So income effect is saying that you should buy more of this guy. In fact, you are coming from points, where is it? Okay, therefore this here you have, so you have X13, where the income effect is saying that you buy more of this commodity. Okay, moving from point B to point C. Now here, this is not just the income effect because they are coming from point B to point C. So point B from here, so that means this is based on what has been drawn from B to C. So all of this is representing the income effect. Alright, so at the end of the day, so they are done. It's showing the income and substitution effects of an increase of a fall in the price of X1. The graph is big enough. Hopefully you are going to understand it. So what is the conclusion? Conclusion is saying that substitution effect is the total effect. Now if you look at total effect is saying that here there is a reinforcement of the income effect and substitution effect. Substitution effect is saying buy more of commodity X1. Income effect is also saying buy more of commodity X1. So the total effect is what? You buy more of commodity X1. There is an increase in the quantity demanded of X1. Now, when you come to this axis, the substitution effect is saying that you should buy less of this product. The income effect is saying that you should buy more of this product. Okay. Okay. So from there, I guess we'll also be buying. Is it more of this product now? Is it more of this product? Did I just get it very well? I think it's more and more. But I got to tell her that I'm lesser. Okay, let's just do it like that. So the total effect here is from apparently the fall in the demand for this product is not as great as the increase in the demand for what do you call it now? Increase in demand coming from the income effect. So income effect is kind of bigger than substitution effects here, or just a little change, right? Just like a little difference. So from all of this, the total effect on this axis is saying that you buy more of commodity X2. Substitution effect is saying that okay, bring it down, buy less of it. Income effect is bringing it higher from X22 to like X23, which is higher than the fall. So the increase is greater than the fall, and the net is positive. So at the end of the day, we buy the total effect, we say that we buy more of commodity X1 and more of commodity X2. So that's just that. So you have a normal good and to show the income and substitution effect of that good. So it's as simple as that. Now the second one that we have to talk about is inferior good. Now what is an inferior good? I said it earlier. An inferior good is a good that you consume less of it when you are wealthier, okay, and you consume more of it when you are poorer. Kind of. Okay, so now how do we sketch out the income and substitution effects for that? So you have this. So it's step by step. Okay. Now remember that I was talking about the price fall. So that's everything I'm talking about in this video. Price fall. It is left to you to practice price increase. Alright, so that's left to you. And here I am also referring to changes in the price of the good that is along the horizontal axis. Okay, hopefully by understanding of this class, you should be able to sketch out for changes in the prices of the good that is also on the vertical axis. Alright, so those are the things that I expect you to do on your own. Alright, so here we start with this is commodity X1. I don't know if I have to elongate this guy again. And this is, so let me just use X and Y. Okay, X and Y. So this is the origin. Now we start from a point. Let's say this point. You have your budget line. Hope we won't be getting to that point again, the way I'm looking at it. Okay, it's not bad, as long as you understand it. So you have the initial budget line here, in different color rather. So IC1, So this is the project line B, line B. Okay, now you have X, this is just X. You have X and then you have Y1. So now, looking at the good here is an inferior good. Okay, let me just write this. It's an inferior good. The one that we did first, start of the normal good. Okay, so let me just, this one is for the normal good. So in the case of an inferior good, what the substitution effect says when there is a price fall. So when there is a price fall for an inferior good, you are also going to buy more of it. Basically, that's what the substitution effect is saying. Substitution effect is straightforward. Alright, it's very straightforward. When there is an increase in price, you buy less of the product and more of the other product that has not changed its price. And when there is a reduction in price, you buy more of the product and less of the one that has not changed its price. So substitution effect is just straightforward. It's the income effect that now varies based on whether the commodity were inferior, normal, Giffen, and what have you. Okay, so the substitution effect here will be saying that you should buy more of commodity X1 since it's since it has, what do you call it now? Since its price has fallen. So buying more of that commodity would mean that you're buying less of the other commodity whose price has not changed but has now become relatively expensive. So now looking at the 2 points, you'll be buying less of good Y and you're buying more of good X. So when you sketch that out, it might be around this point. So you move away from point A, around here. So what we have to do now is to sketch a budget line that is tangential to the indifference curve at this point. It's tangential to the indifference curve. Okay. Alright, so I guess I'll have to be getting here again. But it's not bad. So here, this is the point we have. So this is x2, and then we are here. This is y2. So substitution effect is saying buy less of this product. Income effect is saying substitution effect here is saying buy. Okay, let me just put that here. More of this product. However, talking about income effect now for an inferior good. For an inferior, okay, this is, let me call this is a B1. So this is B2. Now for an inferior good, what happens? You know, an inferior good is a good that I've explained, the good that you buy less of when you are richer, more of when you are poor. So here, this consumer has become richer because there's a price in there's a fall in the price of X1. Alright, so a fall in the price of X1 would mean that the consumer is going to buy less of X1 being an inferior good, okay, and is going to buy more of commodity X2. So the consumer buys less of this inferior good and more of the normal good. So the consumer is already at this point, I'll call point C. Okay, point C. So consumer buys less of the good here and more of the Y. Okay, so less of this, since you are here, less of it would mean that they are coming inside that, right? They are coming inside X2 and then going higher to buy the other commodity. Okay, so that's about that. So you buy less of this good, you are coming from point C, coming inside, and then what does it intersect with more of Y? Okay, something like around here. Okay, so now from here we now draw the third budget line, and that budget line is going to be parallel to the budget line that showed the substitution effect. So that's just it. Alright, that's just it. So we sketch starting from that axis. What is that about parallel lines? You don't meet, right? Okay. our graph got there. Alright, so this is where the inferior good is measured. So in the end, you have an indifference curve here. And that would be the point, let me just call it point D. So here, C, okay, so the income effect is bringing us back inside here to, I can let me call this X3, right? And how about this point, the income effect is taking us higher along this axis, alright, and this is Y3. This is the income effect, this is the substitution effect. Substitution effects here, okay, all of this, and this is the income effect. So in the end, what is going to be our final result? So for this particular commodity, now there is one thing I want you to note. It is the price of this commodity that is changing. That is why at the end of the day, you are having a rotation along this axis. Okay, it is the price of the commodity that is changing, and that's why you are having a rotation along its axis as well. Okay, I understand that. So that's not difficult. Alright, so the income effect is saying that we should buy less of this product, but it's not as strong as the substitution effect. So the substitution effect here is going to dominate. Alright, it is bigger than the income effect. So here, the total effect would then be that there will be an increase in the demand of X1 from a price fall. Okay, yeah, from a price fall. Maybe I'm increasing the demand of the X1. How about the buy? Now, if you look at it, the substitution effect that I said that we should buy less of good one. Okay, I can't mix up something. A price fall. You buy more of this. Okay, buy less of. Okay, I don't think I missed something. So here, the substitution effect that I said that we should buy less of the Y is greater than the income effect that I said that we should buy more. Look at I'm coming. The income effect is from C to D, right? It's from C to D, and then the substitution effect is from C to D. Okay, so the income effect is also saying that we buy more of this product. So we are buying more of commodity X, and the income effect at the end of this is also saying that we should buy more of commodity Y. So the income effect is dominating along this axis, so we are going to buy more of commodity Y, and then the substitution effect is dominating along this axis, so we're buying more of commodity X. The total effect will be more of this from a price fall. Okay, so isn't that what the graph is telling us? Okay, so how is the result different from what is here? So here we are also buying income effect, saying that we buy more of this. Okay, then alright, just that here they are reinforcing each other for the commodity whose price has changed. That is, the substitution and income effect are going along the same line. Okay, but here they are not reinforcing each other, they are opposing each other. However, the substitution effect is still dominant. Okay, so here from our graph, we are buying more of Y at the end of the day, or more of the commodities on the vertical axis. So the last one that we are going to be dealing with now is that of the Giffen good.